let's go ahead and get to the questions. So I'm going to display them right here on the bottom of the screen. You'll see them pop up. So yeah, feel free to get your questions in while we do this, and let's get started. Oh, rip. That looks terrible. Let's do maybe.
It's like you didn't even test this, you guys.
Professional streamer. Wow.
Streamer. That looks okay.
Person
This one's
spelled the mod names. Forgot to test the overlay. Forgot
Let's
to test
not-
the question
let's
Q&A
not do this.
overlay.
Okay, continuing on from Rushki B.
Just click
Thoughts
that
on
part.
Flutter, lol. Does anyone have any thoughts on Flutter? This is definitely an open question for everyone.
Why are we getting this question from the guy who couldn't submit a Flutter project?
Oh.
Rushki?
Rushki, can you answer that?
Comments? Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
tried to-
He
Instant
learned.
Right.
But yes, if anyone has any thoughts on Flutter in general, I would definitely love to hear your thoughts, because we do have a lot of people asking about Flutter on our channel all the time.
I tried it again the other day. I tried it originally when we had the Flutterthon. Even though I wasn't going to participate, I just wanted to try it and see what it was like.
Yeah.
And then I tried it again. I can't remember what day it was. I was complaining about it in mod chat, I'm sure. And it was just so awful. Why?
Yeah.
No, learning Dart is stupid. Don't do it, kids. Like, I love you.
Don't do it, kids.
Can we dig into that? What about it that you not like?
I didn't like the structure. I can't even explain it. It doesn't feel natural to type out. It was a lot of scaffolding, which I really didn't like. It felt very heavy. Like you had to either use all the snippets that they gladly provide you with VS Code extensions and JetBrains extensions, because they know you don't want to type it yourself. Like, that's what it felt like. In the actual tutorial, it tells you the shortcut for the snippet commands for the extensions, and it's like it doesn't even want you to type it out yourself. It wants you to copy and paste. So yeah,
It's very. It just felt, for me, when I started it in Flutterthon, it just felt very long-winded, and that, I mean, at the time I'm learning React. At the time I was trying to learn Flutter to see which one I wanted to go to, and it felt very much like React. I can get something up a lot quicker and have that instant gratification a lot quicker than I could with with Flutter. I think Flutter, I very much felt like, I suppose in a sense, like you said, with the snippets, but I felt like it with the tutorials, it were very much just a copy and paste, and I didn't feel like I was actually learning something, and it just seemed a very long-winded for me. Yeah, instant turn off.
So I'll just be the middleman right here, because I've never tried Flutter, and I never tried React Native. But which of the two has like the most powerful like runtime?
that's
Anybody
a very
know that?
controversial question, because I actually looked it up before I started doing it the other day.
Yeah.
And it depends. It's a consultant response. It depends. They both have pros and cons. And the way certain companies have benchmarked them are very interesting. And I'm not sure they're all necessarily real life cases. The one that I found particularly interesting was to do with the graphics, and they were rendering lots of Lottie animations and like rotating them and spinning them and just seeing how many they can basically get until it broke. And that was an interesting one to read, but it's not realistic. And then you've got things like it takes, 4 seconds for React Native to start up the app, only 2 seconds for Flutter, but
Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to add on that too. I haven't looked too much into the performance differences between the two, But the one thing that I find very awesome about Flutter is the fact that it already has a built-in navigation library out of the box. And that in itself is pretty fantastic compared to seeing things like React Native or React in general. While there are really awesome options out there, it's like, oh, it's just annoying, especially if you've been a part of the Groovy streams and you've seen the whole rework we did on the navigation stuff. It was crazy. But yeah, I think that definitely is a nice benefit of using something like Flutter to begin with.
I'm curious though, in React Native, do you actually need a navigation package, or can you just use state and be smart about on-click handling and interfere that way?
Yeah, that's a really good question. From my understanding, it's not necessary, like, especially if you're building something simple. Like React in general is this platform that is very lightweight and should be used to make very lightweight applications. But since we have things now like these massive web apps that are coming out, and like even React Native, so React Native totally needs something along those lines. Though I don't know if there's a way to do navigation without bringing in an external library. If anyone in chat knows, definitely let me know. But I believe you do need something along those lines to actually get the native navigation from like different view controllers and things in like iOS or something. Yeah. But yes, we did have a whole 24-hour hackathon based on Flutter. It was a great time.
I think that was my first time watching your stream.
Oh,
Sorry for
Flutterthon,
you.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we're
think
so
so.
sorry for you, Aaron.
Pro stream.
But
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's. Go ahead. Sorry, Pocket.
I think Flutter is decent right now. I'd be more interested to see once I believe it's the website that is still beta.
Yeah.
Once that actually releases, I would be more interested to see how it performs against React.
Yeah.
Because React's whole point is to be that kind of crossover platforming, which Flutter just doesn't have yet because of the beta.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a really good point. I think there's a lot of potential. I think the other big issue with Flutter is that people don't want to learn Dart, is really what it comes down to. With something like React, you already know JavaScript, like you can build React stuff. And that's really exciting for a lot of people. So.
Dart's definitely kind of out of the way for any programming learning.
Yeah, but
Also, they want to lock you into their Google ecosystem and make you use Google Cloud and Firebase and Firestore, and it just seemed very Apple-esque in a way. I just didn't like that.
Come on, Apple. Oh.
Damn it, Apple.
God damn it, Apple. No, it makes sense. But awesome. That was a great question. Thanks for asking, Rushki. Another one we got. It's a good one here. Y'all gonna make an app together? From NS Dark Dev. Are we gonna make an app together one day?
Maybe. I mean, I tried to get you to do the dog treat app. I think everyone would have been down.
But are you going to
Yeah,
make it
seeing
with
as
me?
everybody has a pet.
Yeah. Everyone here is into dogs, and you are refusing to do it.
So is this should we dub this as the moderator project? Like this is the project that only the mods work on?
I'd be down.
Yeah? Can we get a confirmation here from everyone? Verbal
I'd work on
confirmation?
it, but only if we monetize it
Could
afterwards.
offer.
Oh, of course. Of course we gotta monetize it.
We
We're
want
gonna make
money.
it famous on Twitch. And then everyone's gonna use it on Twitch for all those dog cams that are available.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Make
I
it
mean,
money.
in all honesty, like it could be a really cool Twitch extension, especially with the amount of people on Twitch that have like animal cams of whatever thing they have. Like it could be really cool. The problem when I was researching it that I ran into is that obviously these dog treat dispensers don't have any APIs, like public APIs that you can use. So we would have to build something that essentially sniffed the network for what these things are actually calling when you do it, and then go from there.
Hey, Dr. Dynamite,
Also-
will you just move
Yeah.
slightly and we can look at your toy?
Which toy?
The 3D printer. We can
Hey,
prototype
there it
our
is.
own.
Hey, chat, I just started a poll.
Oh
Make
yeah,
our own treat dispenser. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
dog
Get an
feeder.
Arduino.
Oh,
We got
okay.
this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's Aaron did put a poll in chat right now for the dog feeder mod only project. Go cast your votes now. It should be popping up in your Twitch stream in the chat. Yes or no? What do you all think? Great. Yeah. Great job. I mean,
Just say that we're not held responsible for having obese dogs or cats if we do
Hey,
this. Yeah.
The streamers will be paid so they can cover the vet bills necessary. Okay.
I love
It
so
turns
We
out-
have a disclaimer where we suggest they get insurance first.
I love
Hey,
so there's
insurance is
one
cheap on pets.
there's one message in chat from Stupid Gladiator. You get to do the same project but everyone with a different stack. So we all build the same thing in different stacks. Nah, it's collaboration.
Not enough stacks for
I
that.
think my imposter syndrome would kick in highly there.
I think I would have the worst imposter syndrome. Oof.
Well, it looks
Go
like
to Fiverr and pay someone else to do it for me.
yeah, that's honestly a really great idea.
That one moment when we both paid the same Fiverr guy to.
Like, wait a minute. I
Why are
have
you
two
all-
NDAs for the same project.
Yeah, this is weird. Aaron, what were the results of
Nice.
chat, by the way, from the poll?
88%
Yes.
voted yes.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Weirdly enough, 13% voted no.
do we
That math
count those
does
as
not add
memers?
It does. It's like 1 in 8.
Well, 88 plus 13, right? That's what it was.
That's 101.
101% yes.
Because it
Yes.
rounds up.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Well, NF's Dark Dev, thanks for the question. Yeah, we have a lot from NF's Dark Dev, so we'll go through these and see. They're pretty quick, easy ones. What are you using for this video call? So currently, what we're using is just Discord. It's literally we're all just in a Discord chat and then streaming on OBS.
Yeah,
So
kinda like the janky Discord or OBS overlay.
excuse me. This is top tier overlay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Please.
Yeah, Alec was so lazy he couldn't even create a good overlay for us.
Wow. Anyways,
You don't even have your own icon on the overlay. Like, what kind of marketing and branding is this?
yeah, hey. I already added it to the beginning. Jesus Christ. You know, next.
Have you never done marketing? You have to have it throughout.
Listen, you know
Like,
I don't.
Do
You
you
know
ever
I.
see Microsoft's or Apple logo go away? No, it's always freaking somewhere on the screen.
You're not wrong. All right, let's go on to the
God,
next
man.
question. Anyways,
Just
I'm
rats,
done.
just
I'm done
like-
with this.
Inconsistency.
Inconsistency. Hey,
That's
yo,
a good question.
my boy Farz is in chat, by the way. I like this guy in the bottom left. What's up, Farza? What's up, dude? Hey, these are all the mods, Farza. Welcome. Yes. Okay, this is a good question. What did you study in college, university, if you went or go to one? Let's start with Roars, since we got you on the bottom right.
I studied biomedical sciences, Bachelor of Science.
Ooh. Okay. So wait. Biomedical science. How are you? How did this change to programming happen? I'm like really confused right now.
Wait, do you
Ever
not know the
since
story?
I was a little girl. I wanted to be a doctor. More specifically, I wanted to work for Médecins Sans Frontières, the Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to like third world countries and help there. I don't know why. I think it's because I think I'm God. So I have a God complex. I wanted to cure people. And then I became a programmer because that also attracts people with God complexes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I
Accurate.
mean, that's a good answer. I think I have heard the story, but I wanted other people to also hear why that
Yeah,
happened. Because
the real reason I didn't become a doctor is because I worked as a barista for like 4 or 5 years in Starbucks.
okay.
And once I was visiting a
Starbucks.
different store and to help out because they were understaffed, and I was talking to one of the women there, and she had just finished, graduated in psychology, and then was going to do her postgrad in medicine.
Yeah.
and do basically the similar route I was doing, but with biomedical sciences. And she said, if you do not like people, do not do it. She just went on a rant about how
Wow.
customers, if you get annoyed with customers now, you're going to be really annoyed being a doctor with sick patients because they are worse. And it was in that moment I was like, I don't want to be a doctor. I'm good. I just want to hide behind a computer. Yeah,
I was gonna say, oh no, Dynamite left. Now the overlay is all jacked up. Rip.
I mean, RARs are fine. We're accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that's my weird path.
I like it. I like it. That was great. Because I've met a lot of people that are I've met a lot of people that like have done even English degrees, and then they are like senior software engineers at Microsoft, and I'm like, what happened here? Like, those are very different, two different things, right? So yeah, I love the story. Awesome. Pocket, so I know you talked about this a tiny bit, but yeah. Where did you start?
I am currently finishing up a bachelor's in software engineering. And I have two associates, one in economics and one in computer systems of information.
Yeah.
So
awesome. And so do you feel like that prepared you for what you're doing now?
I don't feel like my bachelor's class was worth it, honestly, the software engineering. I feel like it's devoted not enough to the programming, so you don't learn it well enough. It's devoted way too much to the methodology.
Yeah.
So, especially for my system of courses, it's one class at a time. So you're not doing a lot of project work, and what they do is you're given the base code, and you're given the base code, and then you add on to it, or you build off code that you've built before, and you know it works. So it's not really constructing from base standard.
Yeah.
So it's not a very well oriented class in my opinion, or scheduled courses.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. No, that's cool. I feel like I've talked about this with a lot of people. School is not for everyone. I think it is good for certain things, but every time I talk to people about, hey, like how did schooling help you in your current path right now? A lot of people are like, I don't know if it really helped me too much. It's more of personal growth, right? Like as someone that is maybe leaving your parents' house for the first time, learning how to do things on your own and things like that. But there's also other people that are like, I learned a crazy amount of school and they're still doing school to this day. And so there's a balance there for sure.
I just want to jump in and say that I did not finish university. So
yeah, there you go.
Hey kids, you can still earn a lot of money. Now I finished university.
PSA, don't go to school.
No, I think because I know it's a big deal in a lot of Western countries and some Asian countries as well. There's a lot of pressure to go to university, and I do sometimes regret not finishing my degree because I think it would have opened a lot of doors, especially because I like being an expat, or I like calling myself an immigrant. I like being an immigrant, and I like there are sometimes rules where you have to have a degree to get a visa if you're by yourself. So that has sometimes held me back from certain places, but it wasn't in my best interest to finish university. No. I was not in a good place mentally, and I just don't think it's for everyone to be in structured learning like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think those are great answers. And I see a lot of people in chat talking about, obviously, like the different sides of it. So a few things here. One, I think it's a cost versus benefit, like Dormant Jaguar is saying. It definitely is. It really depends on how you value it, how you take it, what you do with it. But there are also other sides of that as well from a couple things other people are saying. It depends on your path, right? Something Stupid Gladiator commented on. It really is. It's a weird, especially right now with COVID going on. It's a really weird time, and I don't know. It's interesting to see kind of this path right now. of what we're doing and kind of how people get to where they are. So yeah.
But I'm also 30 and no one ever asks me about my degree in interviews anymore. They don't care. They just, you've had enough life experience, you've had enough jobs. They just want to know about you and what you can do.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's a great word. That's a really good way to put it. Cool. So let's bring this question over to Dynamite as well. Did you go to school or have any background in schooling at all?
Yeah, I actually did a bachelor in software engineering.
Okay.
And to be honest, yes, it did give me the fundamentals of working in a business, like business side and stuff like that, how to grasp, how to plan projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But would I do it again? I don't know. I'm very much of an advocate of learn on the job. I think I finished uni and went into my first job, and I felt like I'd just started programming from day one when I went into that job. I think real world experience is definitely something you learn when you start a professional job. However, as I've got older, I would say that I am appreciating some of the modules I did in my course. Yeah. Now, as you sort of on your day-to-day job, like for example, I don't always do programming every day now. I do some project planning and stuff like that, and it's those bits that are not necessarily programming that obviously I've now what's been taught, and I'm recapping from when I did my uni degree. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, good thoughts.
Dino, would you say it only that like those parts only really helped once you started actually going up in a company and started reaching like the more management positions?
Yes, definitely. I think you when you first start out, yes, you definitely don't appreciate your degree. I'm sort of backtracking on what I'm saying now, partly, but you do get more of an appreciation as you get older. Now, if I'd have not took that degree, would I have still known that stuff? Would it have been just something I'd have had to teach myself throughout the years? I don't know. I don't know whether I can say that, but yeah, it's definitely something as I've got older and higher up the ladder that I've appreciated more, I must say.
Sure.
I actually like that point because my first year of uni, even though it was completely unrelated degree, and extra little tidbit, me and Dr. Dynamite went to rival universities at different times,
no
but
way.
in the same city, rival universities. But yeah, in my degree, we had quite a lot of like lab projects, and you had to work with people you've just met. And so even though it wasn't like a structured, here's how to project manage, there was a lot of, hey, this is a new scary situation. You've got to do this project, present it in front of people, and here, push, like get on with it. And that's some learning when you're 18. I mean, I was 21 at the time, but watching the 18-year-olds figure it out was quite entertaining for me. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Like, it does happen in other degrees too, even if it's not quite so structured.
Yeah, great points all around for sure. I think we could talk about this forever. I think schooling right now is a huge thing that people are definitely talking about and trying to understand. Like, do I need to go to school? What can I do to get to where I want to go? And I think in our generation, people are realizing that maybe school it's not necessary. Obviously, that kind of has my influence of my thoughts on it. So it's not like a pure thought, but cool. Yeah, good stuff. And Aaron, let's jump to you, man. What do you have any schooling background?
Yeah, I did go to high school.
Okay.
That was a joke. Obviously, I went to high school. No, I did.
I still
Okay.
don't.
He's
did-
American. He's used to high school dropouts.
And that's what I was
yeah.
gonna say. I was gonna be like, I mean, I totally know people that just went to high school and that's it.
Well, I did do 1 year of information science,
Okay.
and the first week of any university here in Norway, we do this like initiation week,
Yeah.
and that's when I met Dennis, who is still in chat, whom I started the company with.
Yeah.
So once we got that ball rolling, I decided to drop out because I had the starting the company, I had a part-time job, and I had university, and I was like, one of these have to go, and dropped out of uni.
Yeah.
After that, as far as web development goes, I'm 100% self-taught. Because we did
Nice.
Java at the university, and that was fucking, ugh.
Yeah.
Don't want to go back to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's good to know. Good background and all. So do you feel like what you learned at school is something that you feel as though is helping you in your current position or your current job?
I guess if I applied myself and actually learned something, it would probably help me out. But
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything left from that year in university. In university. So
Sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Cool.
I would just like to say, I think Jitter Ted in chat has a good point there.
Yeah.
Basically saying he's ended up having to train people from scratch when they've come from learning platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I do think that's especially in programming industry, that is the nature of the beast somewhat. It's so fast moving. A lot of universities, especially I'm only talking from UK experience, is they do teach a lot of antiquated
Oh yeah.
subjects, and it's very much I think one of the reasons is because how fast the industry moves. It's just getting those people who are professionals and educated in the industry, which I just don't think happens. And I think as well where the mindset of like, for example, YouTube and Udemy and all these other teaching platforms have definitely hit their stride, because a new topic can come out, they can people can learn that topic from that and apply it, and then go for jobs showing evidence that they know those sort of newer topics.
Yeah. I agree with you a lot with that stuff as well. And also, by the way, Jitter Ted, nice to see you back, friend. Thanks for hanging out. And great points.
He also has
But-
good like input and comments. It's great.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we touched about this because I didn't hear it. Dino and Roars, did you guys have to do, because I don't know how your guys' university works over there, do you guys focus more especially on the degree, or do you guys actually still have to take general ed classes like we do in the US?
Agree.
You guys are like almost specifically degree classes?
Oh yeah, mine
Yes.
mine was split to lectures and lab work. Like, all my lectures were biology and chemistry, and all my lab work was biology and chemistry. So yeah,
Okay.
there's no like
I'd say
minors or liberal artness or anything like that.
Okay.
yeah, I'd definitely say it's sort of the same for myself as well. It was very much programming, or like small tidbits of other subjects. So, for example, we did just a semester on advanced maths,
Yeah.
that was it. It wasn't like you choose that subject. You just had to do a sort of a project on advanced maths.
To
You
complement your
don't
degree.
generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and I mean for programming, that makes sense to do the advanced maths because there are certain areas of programming that definitely require it. But like in the U.S., we're required to still take sociology and stuff, and then writing courses and chemistry and stuff, even though our degree might be in computer science, and even though it has nothing to do with. And so that's
But
why I
you
was curious
guys-
how generalistic you guys got.
Yeah, you guys also have an extra year, and the fees in your country are insane. So
Yes.
Yes.
So I think.
What do you mean we have an
consumerism-
extra year?
We have 3-year degrees generally for our bachelor's.
okay.
And yours, I'm aware of 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can do 4-year degrees, but most of them are 3-year degrees.
Yeah, generally,
Okay.
if it's a 4-year degree, for example, I did do 4 years, but a year of that was out on what we called placement, and we worked in industry.
Okay.
Basically, it was cheap labour. They said you're
Yeah, but
learning, but
You also pay a really small percentage of the tuition fees too for that year. So it's not,
Yeah.
they're not really hurting you either. They're trying to get you more experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the
Yeah,
UK
'cause I
is
think-
very different to the US.
Yeah, I think the U.S. schooling is part of the problem, just that we're so generalistic in our thing and so expensive that it causes a huge problem with the education system.
Yeah, I think to not beat this question anymore. I think there are a lot of really good topics on this, and I think honestly we could probably talk about this for a long time.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, it's definitely a big thing to speak of. But my thoughts on it is really, so I guess in case any of you don't know, I got a 4-year degree at university in a degree called information technology, which is kind of a mix up of very basic computer science, very basic electrical and engineering in general. And I felt like that degree really hasn't helped me much at all. The biggest things that I got out of university are me getting an internship at a startup company. I think that really pushed me into the line of realizing why I like programming, as I hated it before I started the internship. And then 2, it helped me met a lot of other people that I really vibed with. So I don't know if Farz is still in chat right now, but him and I back in university used to literally do these things called hack weekends every single weekend, where we'd work on our own projects. And it's we both built apps that we launched, and it was just me and him eating food with some friends sometimes and just hanging out, drinking coffee, and just building stuff. I learned more from that than I feel like I did in a full semester or a full year of university. And I think that says a lot in my opinion. So I'm very on the side of go do stuff with people that are smart, i.e. internships, or just go build your own thing and see what happens. And I think on that scale, there are companies out there now that don't require you to have degrees to become a software engineer or a developer or something along those lines, right? They just want to see that you've shipped to actual people, that you've been able to maintain something. So it's kind of my thoughts around that for sure.
I also want to argue
that. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, you wouldn't have met Farz if it wasn't for university.
Exactly. So. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And it's and that's where it's kind of taken back, because I never thought that before until actually a couple months ago. I was a lot of the connections I've made, I wouldn't have made unless I didn't go to university. And it sucks because here in the United States, like we've all said, it's so expensive. It's stupid expensive to go to school sometimes. And it's you get out of school and you're paying debt almost for the rest of your life, depending on what type of job you get or how long it takes you to get this job that will actually pay you a proper salary. And it's sad. And I wish it didn't have to be that way, at least in the States,
It just almost feels like an obligation or an expectation.
Yeah.
So in the US and the UK. So
Totally.
It's difficult. But it is interesting that these people that we met during our times in the choices that we regret have also shaped our lives.
Yes.
Exponentially. So
Totally. Cool. Well, I think we can move on to the next one unless anyone has any other burning thoughts they would like to add.
The only one thing I would quickly like to just add is, as well, I'm finding a lot of companies now are not investing in what skills you've got. They're more investing in you as a person. If you're showing you're eager to learn and you're willing to learn and you've got that mentality, a lot of companies also, in my experience, are willing to invest in you and willing to train you up.
Sure.
If you go in as a know-it-all and think you've got the silver spoon in your mouth, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that far in a lot of companies now. I am finding, like, especially the smaller companies want to invest in that person, want a family, so to speak. So there's also that as well.
Yeah. So Dormant Jaguar also makes a really good point here too. Like, you get a lot of more opportunities, and that's kind of what Roars was hitting on. Okay, I'm going to call this here. I think we need to have another podcast of all of us talking about schooling in different countries and the benefits of programming. So, or like the benefits of learning something in school and applying it later in life, or vice versa. So if you all are interested, we'll talk about this and we'll plan it, because I think this is a good talk for everyone to definitely be a part of. Sweet. Okay, cool. Let's go to this next one from our boy Ed. Ed is asking, if it isn't programming, what path would you have chosen instead? Aaron, do you want to start with this one?
Sorry, I was distracted. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, you're good. So the question was, if it isn't programming, what path would you have chosen in regards to a technical field? Or, sorry, just in regards to a professional field.
I don't know, honestly. Either police, military, or psychology.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense given your background. It sounds like that would probably be like one of the places you fall into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because throughout high school, or beginning of the last year of high school, I really got into psychology.
Yeah.
But during the last year of high school, my grades started to drop significantly. So I just realized I'm not going to be able to get into psychology or get into studying psychology. And after I moved here to Bergen, I started working as a security guard, and I realized later on after quitting that job that I actually really like that line of work and interacting with people.
Yeah.
And just generally helping people.
Sure.
And you do that a lot as a police officer here in Norway.
I see.
A lot of contact with the public and stuff like that. So
Yeah. No, awesome. Yeah, cool answer for sure. Pocket, what about you?
For me,
Yeah.
definitely I would probably either be going into economics or military.
Okay.
For me.
Nice. Is there a certain reason why, or you just feel like that was your natural extension?
Economics for me was always like an interesting field. I love doing it. That's partially why I have an associate's in it, and then I'll eventually be getting a bachelor's. The finding of money and how it works is an interesting concept to me, and applying to it.
Sure.
For military, it's just, I feel like it would be a good structure to join into, and then just with the U.S. and the benefits you get, it's just a decent job to have and keep for a while.
Totally. Yeah, that's a good thought. Awesome. Dynamite?
I'm just listening to the dog snoring.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're good.
To be honest, I generally don't know, because literally from a young age, computers was the thing that grasped me. I remember being a little kid sitting on my dad's lap playing Doom, being scared silly, but I remember that, and games like Seventh Guess and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think it'd have always been something with computers, whether that had been like testing or programming or even design. I think it'd have always been something with electronics and that sort of aspect. But as I said, I generally don't know. I'm one of the true nerds that literally took their passion, well, like us all, took their passion and made it into a career. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy and say I don't think there is anything about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very valid answer.
But just to add on it, I'm noticing Ed's just saying, what about now, though? Again, now, it'd either be leather crafting, but I don't know whether there would be real money in that, or like engineering, that sort of stuff in terms of, I really enjoy soldering and making electronics. So
Yeah.
It's probably in that field. I don't know really.
Yeah, especially.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I was gonna say if anyone doesn't know, Dr. Dynamite has tons of keyboards that he constantly posts in Discord.
I know about that.
Oh, rip.
No, she does. I don't think she's on chat, so I'm fine.
Hi, Robin.
Don't
ignore that part.
Hey mods, can we rip this from the stream? Oh wait, all the mods are here, so we can't. No, that's cool, man. I think you hit some good points with. I find it interesting you talk about the money aspect, as I think that's very valid to think of. But yeah, totally, I get that. I am here. Oh no! Oh no!
And we lost a mod.
Rip. It's been real. But yeah, Roars, let's finalize this with you.
I never wanted to be a programmer. My father was a programmer, and I don't have a great relationship with my parents.
Yeah.
So I kind of refused to do it for the longest time. The first website I ever made was when I was 10.
Oh wow.
And it was an homage to Britney Spears lyrics. It was beautiful. It was fuchsia and aqua, and you can't even imagine how amazing it was.
Yeah.
And no, it's not deployed, so you can't look on Web Archive to check it out. I'm sorry.
Nice.
But yeah, I just refused. I flat out refused. I've had a computer since I was 5. I've always been tech savvy. I remember teaching my teachers how to use computers, like Control C, Control V. They didn't understand that at the time, and I just ran away. I went into sciences because I was good with sciences. And so you knew I wanted to be a doctor. I also I love murder podcasts, so part of me wanted to be like a criminal psychologist for a while, because crazy people are fun.
Totally.
And and then I also, because I live travel.
The right word?
Sorry?
Is fun the right word?
Yes.
All right.
And I also, because I love travel, I wanted to be a travel blogger for a while.
Cool.
But I never went into that. I ended up going back to programming because I was good with computers. I was naturally good at it, and it pays really well. And I can do it anywhere in the world. That was part of the reason I chose to become a programmer.
Totally.
After running away from it for 15 years. So that's my TLDR. I still don't want to be a programmer, really.
Yeah.
So if you ask me what I want to be now, I'm probably going to be like, I don't know. I think if I was naturally talented at anything, I would do that. But I just seem to... There's nothing that stands out. I feel like I'm one of those jack of all trades who is pretty decent at everything they try, but doesn't have any show-stopping amazing skills. So...
Yeah.
I don't know. Is my answer. I'm still growing up.
I'm still growing. Yeah. No, I think we honestly never really know what we truly want to do. It's just all about the exploration. So in my personal opinion, I feel like right now is a time in my life when I'm really trying to truly figure out what I want to do. I know I love tech. I know I love programming, but do I want to be a software engineer my entire life? Probably not. So it's like trying to understand what I can do. And obviously you can see the extension of things that I'm doing, like Twitch and this podcast thing and like.
So basically, you're wanting to leave Microsoft to go to Apple. Got it.
Hey now. Maybe,
Hey now.
I don't know.
No, but
That's
hey,
somebody
if you're
get that.
listening,
Stop. Oh no.
Or if
Listen.
you're smart, you go do it for Taco Bell.
Yo,
You get
Taco Bell?
discounts eating.
There we go.
Ah.
Yeah, not a bad idea. We so I actually gave my Twitch account to my manager the other day. So she may be watching one of these days, and she's gonna be very concerned that if she hears me leaving for Apple. Rip. Nah.
Don't
but,
worry, I can code better than Alec.
oh, let's get my popcorn out again.
Yeah. What's I think we have a lot to talk about because if I can remember, our last conversation was, Alec, how do you use Firebase? Can you help me with my Firebase app?
That's Google products. That's not Microsoft.
What does that have to do with anything? You said you're a better programmer. You know, I just got you real good there. Oh. But
We'll just remember the Apple ID thing I helped you figure out. It's all good.
hey, I'm trying to think. It's maybe.
I called you out on
another
that.
day. Maybe.
I'm the one that did that.
Did you? Oh yeah, you probably did. But yeah, I think in general it's cool to explore. I feel like it should be safe to explore to other areas, but depending on your life needs, depends on what you focus on. Luckily for me right now, I feel like I don't have to focus too much on like my next career path in regards to money. But you know, people who have families or people to support, like that's definitely like a big thing to think about. So, awesome, hell yeah, great question. Let's go on to this next one. Hey, by the way, mods, how are we doing on time? Is everyone able to stay for another like half hour or so? Or do people have to be somewhere?
That was Saturday night. I'm good.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm respectful of all of your times.
Yeah.
fall
Yeah,
asleep.
Thanks for
Past my
not asking
bedtime.
until now.
God.
God.
Yeah, I should be good.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. So we'll go on to the next one then. So this one's from Alpha SL. So what's the plan for the future of Groovy after V1? Are you going to keep working on it? Will it be the focus of the channel forever, or will you move on? So I'm going to start off answering this question, and I would love to hear feedback from any of the mods here, because I'm sure there are quite a lot of thoughts on this. So my plan for Groovy, the V1, launch a app by the end of this year that is open to the public. And then intermediate to those times, it's getting alphas, betas, all tested from people, bugs fixed, whatever. And then after that, I want to maintain the app. I have a lot of ideas for this app in general. The stuff we're working on is, again, MVP, meaning that it's just out there to get feedback. I want to know if people actually think this thing is cool, if it actually makes sense to them.
Oh no, Dino died.
Again.
Dino!
Yeah,
Rip.
It's Robin.
Cameras died.
Robin got him.
Robin, no!
Murder.
Yeah.
I can start my murder podcast now.
Oh no.
This is now no longer Pixelogic Saturday Standup podcast. It's a murder
Welcome.
mystery.
How Dr. Dynamite suddenly disappeared. But yeah, that's kind of like my idea of it. Again, it's an open source app. I'm highly encouraging people in the community to contribute. Like Alpha SL, the one who asked this question, has been contributing a buttload of work to Groovy, and it's so refreshing to see. And I hope that you're getting things out of it as well. To be a part of an app that's going to be shipped, like that to me is a huge plus. So that's kind of my plan. I hope eventually after the V1 release, I would love to try to monetize it in some way. But that's more down the line, you know, after we acquire the actual thoughts of people that will be using this. So I'm going to open it up to any of the mods. If you have any comments, please throw them in.
I guess the only comment I have is V1 by end of the year is not going to happen.
Really? V1
Okay.
by end of the year.
Let's talk about where we are currently and where we're going to be maybe by the end of the year. We're on
Sure.
Alpha 1, which was
Yes.
supposedly supposed to be beta. That never happened. We were supposed to have Alpha 2 by May? June? That still hasn't happened.
Yep.
So we might get Alpha 2 by like November. So by the end of the year, we're going to be in Alpha 2 testing. Okay?
Sure.
So we might get to beta by the end of next year and actually get a release in 2 years. at the rate that Alec is coding.
Okay. I mean, I'm open to all feedback, and it makes sense. Like you're probably right, Aaron FML. Yeah, and Dorman Jaguars like, yo, blame COVID. Yo, you're right. Hey, COVID guys, come on, we got to set back the release date. We all know
Jaguar,
this.
COVID should speed him up. He's home more. He doesn't have to do the drive to work. That's like an extra like hour, 2 hours a day.
Oh yeah, I mean, Pocket, like you bring up good points, and like in all seriousness, I have been putting a lot more time into Groovy outside of the streams, which is something I was doing in the 28-day projects a lot when I first started streaming. I did a lot of work outside of the stream that I didn't tell people about, and so I'd come back and be like, yeah, we did this one thing that took me like a whole weekend, but no worries, we're here now. So I'm starting to like pick up on that now, which is a big thing. But yeah,
one for you then. Have you thought about passion? I know you do want community interaction with it and everything like that.
Yeah.
But what about obviously opening it up more to the community to help you produce features for it as well? Because I gather that's what you're very passionate about this project, is sharing and the community around it. So obviously we've got some brilliant, good programmers in here.
Thank you.
I'm not talking about you.
He says that because we went to rival universities.
Yeah,
there we go.
We're obviously talking about Little
obviously.
Kaza, okay? Obviously, it was Little Kaza.
Yeah, I mean, Dynamite, that's a great question, man. So it's actually funny that you say that, because I have been very open to anyone contributing literally anything to the app. It can be documentation, it can be logging systems, it can be bugs, it can be features, whatever you want to build. Like, I encourage you to do it. That's why I have a list of issues, and Roar's helped out a lot with that in regards to getting up our feature templates and bug templates and organizing everything. So I want anyone, this is, in case you don't know, like PSA, if you want to contribute to Groovy in any capacity or any form, please do. Like, I will never stop you. I want to help you do that, contribute to open source, and see your feature in the app. So please do contribute if you have any ideas. The only thing we go to is priority list, right? I don't want to build in things that are like, we don't even know if it's going to be something that people want to use. And that's kind of this point is why we have a baseline of like basic functions. This is kind of what the app is going to do. And then we get feedback from people when they're using it. It's like, I can see myself using this app as a replacement to Spotify. If that's the case, holy crap. Like we have like a great idea on our hands. If it's, I want to change it around like this, like I don't think I'd really use this app too much, then we need to reiterate on it and figure out what it is, or pivot completely to something different.
I have a question off of that.
Yeah.
To you, Alec.
Yes.
Is it easy to let go of a project that's yours, like such as Groovy? Because I feel like it's really hard when it's something you work on, you're passionate about, and then going, okay, I want people to help me, but at the same time, I don't want them to like ruin my code. But not ruin my code, but like do things differently.
Can his code get ruined? I mean, have you seen his code?
I'm trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt here and ask a question that a lot of people probably feel, and they're basically letting people come and babysit their baby, and they don't know how they feel about that.
Yeah. I appreciate the question. I think it's a really good question. There's two parts to this I see. The first one is, so you all know about my app cycles by now, probably. In chat, if you don't, it's a daily habit creator that I made back in university. It's my first app I ever built. That thing is still live. Like, I still do not want to let it go, even though I've tried 100 times to be like, I'm done working on this. I find myself going back to it, and I don't know why. But I think it's that idea of like, this is my first baby, this is my first app, and I get over 100 downloads a week on it. So it's like, people still use it. Like, it's still there. So it's really hard for me to like stop building and stop doing stuff on that. But in regards to Groovy, yeah, it's definitely very, I like how you say like watching my child, because yeah, it's like I've built this thing from the ground up and people come in and start adding their own stuff to it, and it makes me feel kind of weird. But I think I've learned to just take feedback in a much better way, especially like through all the time on stream as people are constantly giving me feedback on how to write better code, or just being trolls and being like, you suck. You know, it's like, how do I pick these things properly? And so, for example, like I keep going back to the example of Alpha SL, because Alpha and I worked really closely on building the logging library Sawmill, and he killed it. He hit it out of the park. And it was me listening to him on his vision of how he wants this thing to be built. And then me understanding what do we actually, like, what's my vision of actually understanding this logging library that we're going to build. And that was a good collaboration. And I want to do that with every single person that contributes.
I also feel that Alpha knew a lot more than you about logging at the time.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And so you were open to that. So you were like, well, this is not my expertise.
Yes. But even if someone wanted to build a completely brand new React Native component or feature in the app, I still don't feel like I am a master at React Native. Like, I don't think I'll ever be. And I appreciate anyone's feedback. Like, I learn stuff from you all every time in chat. So yeah, again, I think that's really kind of what I feel about it. And the main reason why it's open source, like this could easily not be open source, is because I want people to, I'm going to ship this app, even if one person downloads it or 1,020 million people download it, like it's going to be shipped. I want people to contribute, to be like, hey, mom, dad, brother, sister, I literally built this app. I helped build this app in here. Like, you can see the feature I built. And I think that's like the biggest motivator for me. So no matter what, that's how we're going to finish off the app at the end of the day.
Next question. When are you going to release cycles on Android?
Never. Never. I've tried.
Nobody wants that. Unless it's cycles for psychos.
Cycles for psychos. Let's go.
Nice.
Next feature. Cool.
Murder mystery game.
No, it was the menstrual cycle tracker.
Yes, Roars came up with the name. It was fantastic. I was like, this has to be a thing at some point. Awesome. So let's move on to the next one then. So here, another one from Alpha. How often do you moderators have to carry out disciplinary actions? And I would preface this with, in this channel or other channels in general.
I mean, in this channel, not much, to be honest. Well, I don't know about everybody else, but everybody generally seems on the same wavelength a lot of the time, and quite considerate, and so our work is quite easy, though. But yeah, I don't know where we're going with that. But yeah, it is quite easy, and I think people in the community have generally, we just vibe off each other. We're happy, and there's not much friction or anything like that. We all know when people are generally joking around and stuff like that. So and when you've taken something too far. So to me, as this being the only channel I've really moderated, I've not had to do much really. Yeah. Other than the odd bots what come in on Twitch, but other than that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was wild. Awesome. Yeah, any other thoughts here on this from anyone else?
I mean, this is probably one of the channels that I least have to moderate, because we honestly rarely get someone talking in other languages. We rarely get attacks happening to the streamer or to others. Yeah. We don't get the same kind of notoriety or problems that slightly bigger streamers, or like how Rars was kind of mentioning earlier, that female streamers can encounter.
Sure.
Because I also mod for Cyber Barbie, and
nice.
Her stream runs into that kind of problem all the time.
Yeah.
Where people are attacking her for being a streamer, for being a woman of color, for being a woman at all, and for like her coding at all.
Yeah, that's reassuring. So reassuring. Thank you.
Well, for her, they call her out and say, like, because she uses WordPress, it's not really coding and bullshit like that. It's a lot of stupid stuff. And she tends to be very vocal about her views, especially with all the Black Lives Matter going on and all that. So that invited even more attacks because of all that, of the political stuff. But yeah, so this stream in particular is just really quiet. Most of the time when we're timing out people, it's a joke. Like how we were doing earlier, and just timing out everyone when it's speaking different languages for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've actually never come across her stream. I think it's probably the time difference, and I feel really gutted about that right now. I'm like, she sounds like someone I'd like.
Yeah, she streams around 2 p.m. to about 5 p.m. Pacific. So about
when I'm in bed, yeah.
Yeah. It's like 10 hours after Alex streams is when she starts.
Okay.
So she streams like at the end of my workday because she's from the East Coast. So
I'm gonna go follow.
Yeah, she hasn't been streaming lately. We're not sure when she's gonna come back. She has some personal stuff come up, but yeah. I think you'd have fun with her, Ars. She's crazy like you. She's willing to fight.
We'll fight together. No,
She'll take you on.
Not against each other, together.
No. Yeah, that would be scary. Oh, that would be scary. But you can join the mod battle for giving us wings, so. Because there's a whole command counter in there.
I forgot what the question thingy is.
We need that. We need a wing counter or something here.
Hey, does anyone know the sub count, by the way, of the channel?
Hello. Sorry.
I'm sure Alec does, but he won't tell us because then he has to pay us.
Alec, what's the sub count?
The sub count is 83 subscribers. We actually are doing really well.
I don't believe you.
Where's my pay?
We said 1,000? Excuse me?
I didn't hear anything about 1,000. I heard paid.
Nah.
You said 1,000. We didn't say 1,000.
Yeah.
Well,
my contract works.
Oh, just for everyone else, let's give the breakdown of the roles here, right? I am the CEO of this channel, right? So I do make the final call. Yes, CEO. Ban mods.
CEO.
Who do we? I forgot. Pocket. Who put the roles in the mod chat the other day?
Let me go grab them.
Was it roles or?
I think it was Pocket.
It was Pocket.
Yes, right? It was me. Yeah, let me go grab them because we had them all listed.
Ban Pixelogic Dev. Ban me, please. Yes.
Yes. Let's do that.
Roars is COO. Dino is CTO.
Okay.
Alex is the puppet CEO, to be correct. And then I'm CCO, and then Aaron, we guess he's the CHRO. He's the human relations officer. And then our dear departed Xmod is the CMO or CFO. Forgot which one it was.
Rip.
Also, can chat just send a kiss emoji to Aaron?
Yes.
Everyone
just send a nice kiss. God damn.
But yeah, so you're the puppet
my most
CEO.
recently used.
That's been a thing for a while.
Yes.
No, Rushkey, stop.
All right, let's keep this going. We have a solid amount of questions left. Let's get this thing going here. From Sponge, what do you dislike most about Twitch for moderating? Thoughts? I guess just like the moderating tool in general, or and Sponge, if you have any like follow up on this. But yeah, is there anything you dislike the most about moderating?
Sorry, I'm just
yes.
Can I try?
Roars, the fact that Roars is a mod is what I like least about moderating.
There we go.
Damn.
It's no exclamation. I didn't add it on for some reason.
Dumb.
Oh, okay.
Usually it does. I don't know why I didn't.
Anyway.
Down?
No.
I don't know really what to say.
It's no exclamation. Chat.
Yeah. But so yeah, if any of you have thoughts on what you dislike the most about Twitch moderating. I think Dynamite, you were saying something?
I think really for me is more of
There, I added both.
just I don't know. There's not something. Again, I think it's going more back to what one of the questions earlier, where we've not really had to moderate that much. So
Yeah.
there's not much I found. That's my answer. There's not much for me to moderate about. Come on,
Yeah.
I want some more drama.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of a good thing, right? Like, I don't know. It's
Yes.
I think it's cool because like while we don't obviously have a massive channel, right? It's not like we're having hundreds of people a stream. It's still cool to see like the solid amount of people that come in. Everyone's like pretty respectful in our community, which is freaking awesome. So I think it says a lot. If anything, we're attracting the right people. Yeah. Anyone else?
I just think the tools suck. Like, I don't,
Do you not like the new mod view?
I prefer it to what it was before, but I
Yeah.
still think that it's just so clunky. There's no like I don't feel like it's an intuitive UI for people.
Sure.
Like if you click on a message, you kind of want like to be able to like check box almost or something. There's just nothing like that. It's
too
lame.
much, is my opinion.
It's too much
much going on.
and not enough at the same time. Like it's not the right stuff. It feels like the wrong stuff.
You know,
Cause yeah,
I was gonna say, in all honesty, you know what's actually really funny is that Twitch UI in general is too much, in my opinion. There's just so much crap going on everywhere, and I've always had that thought, and I just don't think like, I don't know. There's got to be something different, like even in regards to the color scheming, like even putting different.
What, you don't like dark mode?
I love dark mode, but the thing is, everything's purple and black, or like dark black, or like dark colored. And so
Yeah.
if I want something specific that's like edit stream info, clip, or raid, like it would be cool to change the colors of that thing to be different, right? To like differentiate it by color and not just by name, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also hate how they have like when you follow channels, when you click show more
Yeah.
and you try to like go down, it does it terribly.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, in general, I think yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think you make a good point with it's just so cluttered, but yeah. Oh, that's good. Sounds like really the biggest thing is Twitch needs to needs to talk to us really to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come talk
Need
to
a round
us.
table with me and they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Hell yeah. I love it.
That would be scary. My powers would be expanded.
I'd be like the super admin of Twitch.
There is a next level. Hey, we lost Aaron.
Oh,
no.
Aaron. Rip. Well, while we wait for him to come back, let's move on to the next one. So this one is from Unruly Hot Fixer. So he asked a question earlier about, does streaming open opportunities for career advancement? I don't know if anyone wants to talk on that first. I have some thoughts on it for sure. Given
Again, sorry, I'm butting in again here. So
no, go ahead.
I'd say yeah, it can do, but again, it depends on the roles you're going to go for and stuff like that. I mean, if you do show, it can help in the fact of you showing passion for the stuff you're working on, and I don't know. Some companies would see it as some people would think, oh no, they're going to scrutinize my code and catch me out. I'm a Googler rather than, or a Stack Overflower rather than a programmer. But again, relating back to one of the questions I said earlier, I generally don't think people nowadays see that. I think a lot of people who will be on Twitch or stuff like that will see it as, yes, this person is good with the community. They can handle different tense situations and different people, different abilities, and if you are passionate about streaming and programming, that's going to come through on your stream. And if a potential client or potential employers watching it, I can't see it being a bad thing, unless you're swearing and not really achieving anything. that's probably where you're going to have your detrimental effect. But if you're genuine and you come across, you will see companies would love that. And I think Chad has just mentioned it. A lot of companies now are having their own Twitch channels. So if you're showing that you're a good personality, that can only help in your favour as well.
Sure. Totally. Anyone else have any thoughts?
I think it depends what career we're talking about. If we're talking about just being a developer, does Twitch help advance your career? Probably no. It makes a good a good thing to talk about in interviews. It's a good thing to add in your CV. Like, I've thrown Pixelogic dev on my CV because I've been doing it for over a year, nearly 2 years now.
Yeah, buddy.
And I think it's good to be in a developer community.
Yeah.
But I don't think that like HR are coming and looking at Twitch streamers to hire them for their startup or their company. I think that's a stretch.
Sure.
But yeah, for like the developer advocates, or avocados as I like to call them, that's something that they definitely they definitely look for, building communities around development. But they also look at Medium and they look at other things, so it's not just Twitch. And I don't think for a solo developer, it will advance your career much.
Okay. Interesting. Pocket,
Would
you
you
have
say
any
it
thoughts?
could hinder?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes and no. Yes, it could hinder. I will, obviously I can always say yes, it could hinder, because you could ultimately say something horrendous on stream and that would be attached to your name forever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
think streaming could definitely hinder your career, especially with today's cancel culture. That you could easily just say one stupid thing wrong, type one thing wrong, and if people can attribute it to you, it could easily end a career. So, it's a stretch of how much it can help you, because that really depends on the position you're going for and everything. It could definitely help depending on the role you want, or if like if you're working with particular companies, you could advance in the company, like some people have who can't remember the streamer's name now, that now streams on the Microsoft channel for them, because his stream is
or
is it?
someone else?
I think it's someone else.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Because
her
I know
name
he
right
does
now.
it on their time, because he basically is an avocado.
Yeah.
He's an avocado.
Yeah, and he works
Yeah.
for them, and then
Yeah.
they actually moved him to actually stream on their channel as well, so he got a slight advancement in that, and it definitely broadcasts his popularity even more because he's now streaming on a company channel.
Yep.
So I think stuff like that, it can definitely advance if you're already within a company.
Sure.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, so it's fun. Just Kelly Vaughn is now streaming for MS2, as far as I remember. Okay, good to know.
Good for her.
Yeah, hell yeah. So it's actually really funny that you bring up C# Fritz, because I remember 2 years ago. So I think everyone here probably knows by now, but I do work at Microsoft. About 2 years ago, I found C# Fritz. I asked him if I could talk to him, have a call with him, and I set up a call with him like within Microsoft, and I talked to him for like a half hour on just like his thoughts on Twitch and like how did he get to where he is and like doing this thing, because obviously that's something that very much interests me, to be able to do something like that. So it was actually really cool to see that. But in general, in my opinion, I do think streaming on Twitch can get you notoriety in your current position, as well as bring you better opportunities for your career. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me like for freelance stuff, like, hey, do you build websites, or like, will you build this app for me, and things like that. And I've never pursued them because I'm not like a freelancer, and I don't think I'm ever gonna do freelance. Maybe, I don't know.
Send them my way.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Better be sending them Roar's way. She's gonna get you. Not sending her free work like that. Come on.
Yeah, you know,
Rude.
I haven't rip. I haven't gotten
Not
any
even recommending your own mod.
Oh.
For shame.
It shows a lot, I suppose. Man, I feel so bad now. Yeah, so like stuff like that. But I've also, it's like Roar's, like you said, a resume piece. It definitely was a resume piece for me. I remember for my current role when I was interviewing a year ago now, you know, they like the first thing I was asked was about my personal projects and what I do, and I told them I stream on Twitch and things like that, and they were like, "Wait a minute, you stream programming on Twitch? That's weird." And I was like, "Yeah, but let me tell you what it's all about." And they're like, "Oh shit, wow, that's awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's a really cool community. Like, you know, we're growing and stuff like that." And then in general, as you grow as a streamer, I think like there opens up a lot more doors for partnerships with other streamers as well as partnerships with companies, and like it just opens up a lot, in my opinion, from what I've seen streaming over the past 2 years. It's been that really, but
Well, it's a form of networking as well.
yeah,
Like if someone else in Microsoft saw you, they would be like, "Oh, hey, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you on Twitch," and then you meet someone new within your own company.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, you're in a huge corporation, so people get that luxury with you. If you're in
Yeah.
a smaller one, it probably wouldn't be quite as effective.
yeah. And you know, it's something interesting as well, which I've never really thought about doing, because I know a couple programming streamers do it. They do talk about like the I don't know, they talk about the fact that they work for a big company, and they will advertise that a lot. And I mean, I don't know, that's cool and all, but I don't think I'm the person to be like, "Hey, come watch this cool Xbox Microsoft engineer do these things." Like, I find that kind of not what I'm into. And maybe that's a miss on my part. Maybe I should be doing that, because I feel like if I did have that, people would come flock and be like, "Oh, Microsoft engineer? What? Wow, this is so cool."
You should try it once, just A/B test it.
Yeah, maybe so. I also feel like it comes in a lot of conflicting terms with like Microsoft in general, right? Like advertising myself as a part of Microsoft and saying everything I'm doing is Microsoft based, right? Like here are my views as a Microsoft employee, and that's not right, I don't think.
Well, I think it depends on how you advertise it, because there are people that just say, "Hey, I work for Microsoft. I'm a Microsoft engineer," and it's just kind of like, I'm good enough to be working for this company, which everyone knows is like one of the top, versus like someone who works at a small net, like even Netflix or something, where it's not really a big one, and it's like there is a notoriety there. Like, well, obviously this guy knows something more than that guy for some reason, just because he is able to work at the bigger company.
Sure.
So it depends on how you advertise it. If you advertise it as like, "Hey, look at me, and I happen to work at Microsoft," is much different than like, "Hey, I'm a Microsoft engineer, you should listen to me because I work for Microsoft." And then you're kind of broadcasting like Microsoft's itself.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing. And yeah, I see Jitter Ted and Dermot Jaguar, abort, do not do that. Yeah, I definitely lean.
I think the main problem is you're such an Apple fanboy that it's hard to believe that you work for Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, that's also definitely a thing. I do like Apple. I like that company, but
You can't be broadcasting the Microsoft ties while you're supporting Apple.
well, but that brings me to this exact point. If I come out and say you all know that unless someone specifically asks, "Where do you work and what do you do for them?" I don't tell people what I do. People ask like, "Hey, are you a software engineer?" I'm like, "Yes." And then that's it. And then Roar's usually comes in and is like, "No, he's a software engineer for Microsoft and he works on Xbox." And I'm just always like, "Yes."
Oh, what support ticket number are we up to now?
Rip. Only
number 7. Wow, you're not that far behind.
Yeah, not that bad. Yeah, and it looks like, folks, we had another mod on here, Aaron, but it looks like his computer and Wi-Fi is giving him some issues, but hopefully he can make it back at some point.
Robin got to him.
Robin's
out the
gonna
mods
get
one
to
by
all
one.
of us.
Robin.
Robin.
Kill her own husband. Come on.
To be honest, I don't know if she's still watching now. She was currently trying to get Keela downstairs without making a noise, so I don't know where she is.
Exactly. You can't prove she didn't do it.
Yeah. Valid. But yeah, I think it's an interesting. I don't really remember what the original question was at this point, but good tangent overall. I think there's a lot of stuff around this for sure. So cool. Let's move on to the next one, huh? This is a quick one for us from Sponge. Is there going to be a Pixelogic Hacktober push for the community? I think it's a great question. Thoughts from any of the mods? What do you all think?
There should be.
I highly like this idea. There should be a huge push. Oh, hello, Aaron. This is an interesting
Halloween push? What?
Did you
Halloween
call on your
Hacktober?
phone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Nice.
what a legend. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Halloween?
I think there should totally be a Hacktoberfest push. I would be very open for that, and like not just Pixelogic repos, anything in general. We should totally push open source stuff. Maybe like, what do you all think? Do you think we should change the stream content to be just contributing to other open source repos?
Yeah, definitely. If the community, I suppose it's one of those. It's what the community wants, isn't it? In that,
Yeah.
well, and yourself.
Yeah.
It's something that I've always wanted to get involved in every year, and other commitments have always pushed it. But I suppose having that accountability would help as well.
Yeah, I'm curious how we can make this like really company wide. Holy crap. Stream channel wide.
Yes,
Wow.
CTO.
Oh
OC,
my
I mean,
God.
Whatever you are.
What am I? I don't even know. I'm just this person that streams on Twitch, apparently.
You have to pay us for it to be a company, you realize.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So I guess TLDR, yes, I think this is something we will do. September's coming up, so we'll probably start planning for something like this. I want to get interaction. I want people in the community to contribute. Oh no, Aaron died again. And that's really like the biggest thing on my mind is how can we get more people into the community to contribute open source. But yeah, good question all around. And hey, he's back. Oh my God.
I wonder if we can, if there's an
Figure it
API.
out.
Congratulations. I wonder if there's an API for Hacktoberfest, and if
Yeah.
we can like sign up people to it, to like their GitHub name and their actual Twitch username, and we can do a leaderboard.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That could be open source too, just saying.
Oh shit, that's a
Well, we need
great
Groovy to
idea.
get finished first. So.
Well, maybe
maybe other open source ideas.
And then
maybe
they
this-
can get a free merch, a t-shirt.
Yo,
as well.
okay, maybe this can be our first mod project that we all do together. We can build that in a month between 5 of us. That's easy. Assuming that they have an API.
Assuming, yeah.
No. Okay, I like this idea. Yes, we should build this. This is a
I mean-
really cool idea.
GitHub probably have one, so we could always just go straight to GitHub and check that way. Whatever, there are ways.
There are ways. Yes, we will figure this out. I like this idea. Awesome. Cool. And yeah, sorry, to hit on James' question first. Curious, why don't you like sharing where you work? I would have liked to know when I first started watching, as it's a cool thing to work on, but I didn't find out for months. Again, for me personally, I don't like to. I try to keep my stream and my like professional work separate, because if one day, all of a sudden, like, and who knows, it could happen, I end up moving to Twitch or doing something like this full time. I don't want Microsoft to come back and be like, oh, by the way, you use Microsoft as a way to promote your stream. You said these things on your stream that like we don't value at Microsoft. And like I don't want to get into any of that stuff with Microsoft. Like Microsoft is its own entity. I work there, but my stream is completely different, which is why We work on a lot of, that's why I don't use Microsoft products on my stream, because I don't want to assimilate my stream with Microsoft. It's kind of what it comes down to. So, yes. An app. God. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Well, is this from Pocket?
Visual Studio Code.
Oh, rip, I do, but it is open source. So that makes it better. God, why do you have to say that, Rose? You're right. You're right. Oh, man.
Go back to Atom now.
It's time to try Vim.
Yeah, right. Okay, this one's from Rushki. Thoughts on COVID and working from home? Anyone have any? I guess like this is a very general question from Rushki. If you have any like thoughts on it, Rushki, please post in chat. But I guess what are your initial thoughts on working from home during COVID? From all of us, pretty much.
This is my everyday life, so I have nothing new. Obviously, Mr. Roars is now working from home.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an adjustment, especially as he takes a lot more meetings than I ever do. So
Sure.
I guess that's different. But other than that, no, same.
Okay, cool. Aaron, thoughts?
To be honest, my life actually changed significantly after we started working from home. Because I found out I suffer from depression. And that got really, really like just knowing that and being able to recognize the symptoms made me super aware of being depressed when I felt depressed.
Yeah.
And being alone a lot of the time while working from home is just really emphasized the depression. So yeah, transitioning was really hard, but I've sort of gotten used to it now. And starting to find some sort of semblance of a structure that works for me.
I mean, I think for a lot of people, I mean, even on a personal level, like I think there is some sort of mental capacity that we all need to realize is being changed with working from home. I know when I first started working from home, I definitely felt a lot of I don't know, I felt depressed. Like that's the only way to explain it, really. Like there's a lot of stuff, like personal life stuff and just like life in general. It's a weird thing to not be very active with others. Luckily, I do live with roommates, so I have that human interaction with people, which a lot of the time, you know, I might not necessarily want, but overall, when I think back to it, right, it's like, oh, this is actually really good. You know, I had someone to talk to. In your case, like you might not have that, which is very hard for a lot of people. And I think, you know, being open about that and really understanding where people come from is really important to learn about other people's experiences and their actual balance with work and life and being productive. Like it's hard to be productive in this type of environment when all you do is sit in front of a screen as a developer for literally 16 hours a day. Like that's hard. And even just talking with friends, like
100%.
Wish. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that luckily my employer has been really helpful for me around this entire like depression thing and trying to figure out how I need to work. And luckily, my boss actually said that whatever time you spend at the therapist, you don't need to like make up for it in work hours. So that's
totally
super great.
Yeah, yes, Roars is applauding. I applaud all around. I think the biggest thing right now is I think it's okay for people to say they go to a therapist. There shouldn't be a negative connotation about going to a therapist. Like, I personally go to a therapist, and I think it's okay. Like, it's a thing that you need. Like, it's someone to help you, and that's totally okay. And so mental health is a real thing, is my TLDR. It's a very real thing.
Yeah.
And we should take care of it as well as our bodies, you know, same sort of deal.
Most people as well, I think you've got to realize that, and it took me the longest time to realize you're not the only. I know it sounds all like everybody says this, but you're not the only one. And it's only until you go through something like this, you realize how common mental health problems are in that sense. And to be honest, it does take a lot of maturity to realize that, yes, you're not the only one, and others are going through it. I think it's something, it's not nice to say, but you've got to, you sort of experience it until you truly appreciate how common mental issues are. And it's not a nice way to say that, but that's the only way I sort of realised how common this mental illness is. And one of the things I found as well, and I'm going to be generalising here, but as well, how bad men are at expressing this as well. I might be getting in hot water here, but I really find that a lot of...
No, you're right. You're totally right.
They want to keep that macho, bravado face on it, everything, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It makes more damage than good, really.
Sure.
Men have a higher rate of suicide,
100%.
so just due to this. So yeah. You're not in hot water. It's part of a culture. I'm not going to say certain words. It's part of culture and how we raise people. And
Yeah.
And to go a little bit back to what you said, Alec, about we have to take care of our mental health as well as our physical health, is one of the thing I noticed after I started going to therapy is being physically active was one of the things that helped me most with my mental health.
Yeah.
Just like going to the gym or going for hikes or just being outside in general, it's just, for me, was really like freeing and gave me this sense of self-mastery.
Totally.
And
Also,
that was
there's
really
dopamine.
powerful. And
Sorry.
yeah, exactly.
It's endorphins and dopamine. It's super important. Like, they're natural ways to create those for yourself.
Yeah.
But even if that doesn't work, medication is a valid option. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
If you need medication, that's fine.
Totally.
And I suppose to bring it back around into I suppose a more not lighter tone, but as well, I think what helps to know as well with working from home is, yes, you're not gonna, if you're forced to do it, you're not gonna like working from home.
Yeah.
And the quicker you realise that, I think that's when you quicker find your flow of what works for you. For example, I really was struggling at the beginning. I've always had that mindset. I love to work from home, but when I was actually forced to do it, hated it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated it. And it wasn't only until I started finding Twitch and stuff like that where I started getting a bit better. And the next step, I actually was honest with my employer and just saying, look, struggling with this, it's just not gelling with me very well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until one of my managers at the time said, "Yeah, we know that, and we will do anything we can to help you feel comfortable. We take some solace in. I know it sounds sort of wrong, but take some solace in that you're not the only one going through this. Everybody is literally going through this across the world right now. So
Yeah.
open up to people, find people to help you, and that's when it all sort of clicked, and I started finding my own groove. And to now, I actually don't want to go back into the office. I really enjoy working at home.
Yeah.
So I've done a complete 180, and it's surprising, and it is. Yeah, listen to people, don't be the barrier. That is
Yeah.
a perfect answer to it.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, you all make really, really good points. I think with a lot of things, at least someone living in the US right now, the biggest roadblock is education for a lot of the stuff that's happening in our world. If people were more educated on topics and spent more time learning about different sorts of things, then I think a lot of this stuff could be, I don't want to say mitigated, but the process of change could be a lot smoother than how we are experiencing it right now in the US, which is really sad to see. And this has been something that's obviously going to happen around the world, has been happening around the world. So yeah, good call outs all around. Anyone else have any thoughts on this? COVID in
I
general?
kind of skipped over the COVID thing because
Yeah.
I was being lighthearted. I didn't think we were going to go this deep.
I didn't think so either, but I love it.
No. So I usually work from home. I'm usually freelance. I sometimes get jobs and go into the office for like 3 months at a time before I rage quit because I just can't do it. Like I am the person who needs to hermit and not have too much people contact
Yeah.
and stay at home. Like that's just me. I have my own mental health issues. I just don't want to deal with extra people and extra energy leaching.
Sure.
But the thing that I've noticed with COVID is, even though I love being at home and working from home, is I hate being told I have to be at home. Like I went months with like only going to the supermarket or going to like a restaurant every now and then and being at home and being really content. But I'm itching to go on holiday. I'm itching to go and eat at the restaurants I usually eat at, and
Yeah.
I am going a bit stir crazy. Like I don't see my friends that often. My closest friends live in different countries, but I just miss the social contact because they're telling me I can't have it. I feel like a toddler. Like you can't play with this toy, so like I want to play with this toy. So it's normal. Everyone feels this way, I think.
Yeah.
We're being told no, so we just our monkey brains are saying yes. We want it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way. A lot of stuff like that's happening right now, so totally get it. I hope soon that we all can eventually get over this, but our world's changed 100%. Like it's never going to go back to how it was, in my opinion. There's a new sort of normal that we're going to have to adjust to, and hey, let's just get to that quick, so we can go back out and see friends and eat at our favorite restaurants and drink and all that fun stuff. So awesome.
Yeah, I literally went to one pub this summer. Usually we go to like drink out during the summer because it's weird in Europe. We don't get like, I'm sure Dr. Dynamite can bite me up on that. Like we don't really get the weather to do that very often. So people take advantage of it like huge amount. Every time it's sunny, people flock to pubs and bars and drink.
Yeah.
And we managed to do it once by accident because we had to go to another city to get like our biometrics taken because of Brexit. So the only reason we ended up in a pub was because it was lunchtime, but we were hungry during COVID. Like we realized when we were sat there, this is the first restaurant we've been to in 4 months, and it was crazy. It was weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's a wild time.
It's surreal. Yeah,
totally. Well, cool. There's 4 more questions. I think these will be fairly quick depending on our tangents. So we'll go ahead and do this and get everyone on their ways. The one that I wanted to start with is this one right here, from Sponge again. Have any of you read the Phoenix Project or the Unicorn Project yet? Really interesting take on the issues with a lot of tech companies these days. Personally, from my end, I don't read books as often as I should, so no, I have not. These sound interesting, but curious to see if anyone else has read these or has feedback on them.
I have
In
never
the
heard
same
of
boat
either.
as yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, Sponge. That's
Sorry.
your answer. Yeah. Maybe next
Now I
time.
wanna
we'll-
know what
We
they
have
are.
got a book club.
Yeah, we do have a
So
book club.
if you join the book club on Discord, we would happily like a quick synopsis about it.
Yeesh.
Because I do, to be honest, just to add on to that in a serious note, I don't do as much non-fictional reading as I really should. Well, any reading outside of a computer screen as much as I should. So any suggestions would be
Yeah.
greatly appreciated.
Totally.
Also, unicorn is in the title, so now I want to know what it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
DM me.
unicorn. Hello, unicorn.
Unicorn.
What is this?
Rainbows, unicorns, yes.
Yes. So we have another one from Sponge. Are Alec and Salt Bay the same person? I don't know who Salt Bay is. I was hoping that one of the mods would know who Salt Bay is.
How do you not know who Salt Bay is?
I don't know. But are we?
I don't
Do
even
you
know
live
memes,
under
but I
a
know
rock?
Salt Bay is.
Yes.
I
Who
did not
would
know.
think Alec and
But
Salt Bay are the same
That
person?
much of an... It's not much of an outrage
No,
question.
Alec
Kim,
is
come
the
back on.
guy who played Alec is the guy who played in Silicon Valley.
Oh,
Nah.
go foil.
He's not that good.
Oh, you wouldn't know because he is the same person. Exactly. Wait, is that this dude? This guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah,
come
that's-
on.
that's Salt Bay, yeah.
is so much better looking than Alec. Don't insult him like that.
he's more ripped, let's just be honest.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, Mr. Chicken Leg over there gonna leave.
Hey, once the gym's open, you'll see. I'm gonna be.
Hey, we tried to offer you squats. You said no.
I didn't say no. I did the squats. All right, I did all the squats.
Oh, so you're gonna do squats right now?
What about...
No. All right, yeah, sure. How many squats are we talking here? How many subs do we need donated for squats?
What? No, we have a
No.
redemption for this.
Well, if you
Sir.
look,
Yeah.
it's turned off right now. I think. If I did my
You turn it
job.
back
Yeah, I've
on.
been trying to do it all stream.
Come on, students.
There. It's not turned off
How
anymore.
can
Feel
mods
free.
do this? This is a new one. We might need a new command. I hate you all.
Just use the pocket one.
Oh God, pocket hate, please. Was it
Yeah.
1, 2,
I got
3,
it, I
4,
got it.
5? God, 6. Okay. Well,
What's
while
the
I do,
next question?
while I do my squats, rip. This one's from NF's Dark Dev. How do you know that people will use Groovy? It's a great question. I'm squatting up right now as we talk.
We're at 10 right now.
Holy crap. How do I know people will use Groovy? I don't know that they will use Groovy. That's the whole point of getting this MVP. We're going down. Getting this MVP done. And I don't know. I hope that people use Groovy. Holy crap, my butt. Anyone else have any thoughts on this? Holy shit.
I think it is. It's one of those things that you might not know. And I suppose that's one of the things about programming as well. You want to do it. I'm sorry, I can't carry on this conversation.
Oh my god! My legs are already burning!
I guess that's one of the things, like Alex said, like one of the things with MVPing is just like building the absolute
Minimum viable
most
product.
bare bone version of the app that you can.
Yes.
Just like building the most bare bones version of the app that you can and just getting it out to the public. Normally, you wouldn't want to use as much time as Alex has had to build the MVP.
I love that. You should probably do it quicker than Alec has done it. BT dubs.
Yeah.
I just get my popcorn again.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think I've done 7
7.
squats.
You got 4 more to go.
Gotcha. Thank you. So I agree with you. I think we've definitely taken too long to get this thing out. The problem is that if we don't, if we don't release it with these special features or like these things, it's gonna suck, and it's gonna be completely unusable. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I mean, like it was for Alpha 1?
Exactly. That's the moment I was like, okay, this thing is actually absolute crap right now. There needs to be a lot more in here in order for this thing to actually work. Oh my god, I think I'm on the last one. Please go ahead.
No, you're not. You gotta go up one more time.
Okay.
You don't have to go back down. You have to go up.
I'm going up. Jesus Christ. Okay, Aaron, any thoughts on that? Or Roars or Dynamite or Pocky?
On what?
Honestly, I was just gonna say you look at the statistics. Like, how do you know people use it?
There you go. You're good.
You look at the
Oh.
stats.
Thank you. Thanks
You're
for the
stuck.
squats, everyone. Jesus. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, just looking at the stats. But yeah, in general, I don't know. We're gonna see. And hopefully the plan is as people use it, we get feedback. Like the cool thing is that we're gonna be able to give this group of people in our Discord the alpha and the betas. So we keep it in a consolidated state and release it to more people as we go. And that will give us a lot of feedback because I can actually talk to the people in the Discord and be like, what did you like or dislike about this? So yeah, I think those are good. Okay, last question here from our one and only One Pocket Pimp. When are you going to learn marketing for your channel, Alec? Well, this is really interesting. Probably never. Just kidding. I hopefully soon. I hope with Groovy, the main things I wanted to focus on were how can I market my app? How can I actually get people to download it? How can I build the stream based on this app? And then how can I get better at design? Those three things I think all go into marketing. So what are your thoughts, Pocket? Do you think I'm doing okay?
No. All right, let's just look at the overlay right now. We have Pixelogic in the top left, and then none of your icons. Anyway, in the
Wait,
screen.
hold on. Take a look at this, though. Take a look at this. Take a
Where?
look at that. Hold on. Wait a second. Do you see it?
Oh,
on.
see this?
Come on.
This should be
How-
everywhere.
how lit
and you
is
still
that?
haven't fixed the mod names.
Listen, I'm not going to fix them, okay? Oh,
Ooh.
God, wrong screen. Oops. Because they are technically correct, right?
But see,
They're just-
that bottom left should still be there. Why is it not? It's completely empty. I don't know why it's not there.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't decide to put it there. I think it looked off. That's a
Horrible
great point.
marketing. Horrible.
Dorman Jaguar, finishing the app is not on the list. The app will never be finished. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
And then another thing you might want to look at doing is once we release Groovy more to the open store
Yeah.
and they don't have to sign up,
Yeah.
get a QR code for the download on your site.
Oh yeah, totally.
You should
I
have
think-
cycles up here.
Yeah, so the problem with Cycles, like I have this love-hate relationship with it, like I was talking about earlier.
Stop hating on cycles.
It's a good app, but like
It would
I don't
be
wanna-
better if it was on Android.
no, ew, get out of here. It's just one of those things, like, so I do essentially one yearly update. This update is for iOS 14. I'm gonna go through it, I'm gonna look at it, and then that's it. But a lot of the issues right now is like the pixelogic.dev website literally has very outdated information. I don't know, like I don't keep up to date with a lot of this stuff, and I guess as a content
For
creator,
shame.
yeah, I should probably do that. So tis
See,
his life.
Marketing and content creating be on top. Go!
It's a no.
Puppy.
But yes,
Oh, he looks tired.
that's
The,
essentially
the
it.
real question is, how many people haven't followed Ko on Instagram yet?
Can we get a co-plug here? If you want to see a beautiful dog all the time, Royce, plug that Instagram. Boom. Ko's a cutie. Ko's a cutie. Welcome
Ko's
back,
ultra.
Rolleros.
Ko best dog.
Yes. But yeah, well, that's it, folks. That's all the questions we got. That's all the stuff.
It does, Sponge.
Yeah.
It does.
There's Ko's Instagram. You should go check it out. Follow it. It's great. Great pictures on there. Shame.
I'm pretty sure it has more followers than Alec does.
Probably on Instagram. You're 100% right.
It probably does on every platform that it's on.
Hey. Yeah, you're probably right.
Bite me.
Ah, I hate you. Get down. Oh my God, my legs hate me. We're squatting all the way down. Folks, thanks for coming to hang out with us today. Mods, is there anything you want to add before we end today's podcast? Such as, like, do you want to add any sort of social links that people can, I don't know, say what's up to you on or follow you on if you have stuff that you constantly work on? Or just the
the
Discord
Border
too.
Collie is like my only social link. No.
There you go.
I just
Awesome.
want you all to be healthy and happy. So
Yes.
That's how to
Look
be
at
a
you.
real marketer. Just market the dog.
Ko is gonna carry the Pixelogic dev team. That's what's gonna happen.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh God.
But only once you create the automatic treat feeder.
Yes, Ko needs treats first. I totally get it. Totally get it.
there'll be so many promo videos from all of us.
See, it could be free marketing. Everyone just submits a video to use for the commercials. Be like, boom, use this.
I mean, it's cat and dog. It's pet friend. It's pet
Yeah, it's completely pet friendly.
cross
Yeah.
pet
Cross pet platform.
form.
Anything that uses a food dispenser.
Yeah, it could be human too. Just
Yeah,
like
there you
Feed
go.
your children that way. I will even submit a video of my kid getting one.
Yo.
Science.
Clip that. Hello, please.
I would. I would. My kid's 2 years old. He'll do it.
I'm
He's
sure.
already ate dog food, but on purpose. I don't know why he did. My
Beautiful.
kid's
Story: I fed my brother a dog food sandwich once because he was trying to bully me. So-
Oh
no.
snap.
So you know those Scooby-Doo treats?
yeah.
You know how they used to have a dog version and a human version that looked really similar?
Uh-huh.
I actually
Aw.
ate one of the dog ones by accident when I was
Oh
younger.
no.
Because we had bought both of them, and I grabbed the wrong box and ate one, and I was immediately spat it out. Scarred me for a
Right.
while.
Rip. Oh man. Well, yeah, I don't know. We got to build this thing. First, we got to build this. I like this this Hacktober thing for the bot that we're going to do to, like, kind of make a list of people's contributions.
Leaderboard,
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that idea a lot. So I think we should definitely work on that next month.
When
in
do we want to
September.
do that?
September. We got to get it for October, so we should build it like now or next week. Start planning it. So if y'all are down, but
Sure.
yeah, awesome. And Sponge, BT Dubs, as long as you've hooked up your Twitch account to your Discord account, it should automatically go through. If it doesn't, I can do a quick refresh of the integration to make sure that it gets there. But yeah, we'll make sure to get that in there for you.
Oh, we got another question from Vinny. Why
Oh.
can't 3-year-olds use cycles?
There you go. We'll pop it up on there. Apple decided that cycles cannot be used by 3-year-olds, apparently. I don't know why. They're just like, listen, 4+ only. So if a
Now
3-year-old,
I really want to see if my 2-year-old can use it.
yo,
Yes.
if that's the case, send me that video, please. I would like to see this.
It's like
I'll try to find
what is it? The one like I'll test your website drunk, and like my mum will test your website, and all those. It's like my toddler will test your website, your app. Hey,
Hey,
Pocket,
great marketing.
monetize that. Just see
There
how
you
many
go.
apps.
Hell yeah.
Have a 2-year-old test your baby.
Ral
app and see
Rose
how it
wants
looks.
to know why. Ral Rose wants to know why Apple won't let me play Fortnite. Because
Because
terms
Fortnite
of service
wanted a
and,
fight.
They
capitalism.
wanted a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortnite didn't want to pay the 30% developer fee, and so they allowed out-of-game purchases, and Apple said no.
Yep. So we'll see the
It'll be a fun legal battle.
And then
Yes.
Fortnite said,
because money.
yeah, because man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't do anything to them.
nah. Well, we'll see. This is going to be a very interesting legal battle, as we were saying before. who knows what's gonna happen out of this thing. It's gonna be wild, but
Wait, hold on. What is your opinion? How do you think it's gonna play out? Do you think Apple's gonna win, or Fortnite, or Epic? Do you think Epic's gonna take this?
oh
Microsoft is
man,
backing them on part of it.
is this something we want to touch on right now? I guess so.
Yes.
No.
I don't think Epic's gonna win because a terms of service is a terms of service, and Epic agreed to it. So,
But the real thing is if it's not necessarily completely removing the fee, it's the fact that you're blocking out the market and refusing to allow other competitors.
Yeah.
That's the question. Is it a monopoly because you're blocking app development on your complete
could
marketplace?
Be you could say this. You could say the same for like PlayStation. You can't buy game off their store. You can't. There's no other store, digital store to buy.
But if you buy, you can buy games for PlayStation elsewhere, and you can buy stuff for those games outside of PlayStation Store. That is allowed.
Okay,
You
you
can
can
connect
now.
accounts. But
when you get
Apple doesn't allow that at all because Fortnite is cross-platform. So if you buy it elsewhere, they won't allow it, which doesn't make sense because the game is cross-platform. So that's an interesting concept. The game connects across all accounts. So if you buy something on your PC, Apple doesn't allow it.
Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts around this. I do think we should bring this to the Discord. So if you're interested in continuing this conversation,
Let's do it.
considering that
Go
we're hitting literally 4 hours on the stream. This is the longest podcast yet. This is going to be hell to edit. So
This is your second podcast.
I know, rip my life.
Hey.
The longest podcast.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is gonna be awesome.
It is. This was honestly a fantastic time. I appreciate you all hanging out here, especially all my friends over on the other side of the world. I know it's quite late for you right now. Or not quite late, but like, it's late.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Past my bedtime.
Yes. So I'm going to let you all go. Thanks for coming to hang out. Folks, if you want to come and check out this podcast next week on YouTube and other streaming platforms, all you got to do is head over to this podcast link. That will give you all the links to all the stuff there. If you want to come talk to our awesome mods, well, you should just come to the stream. Come check out the stream, drop a follow on the channel, or just come join the Discord and come hang out. It'd be fantastic. So appreciate y'all being here. Friends again, mods. We did it. We finally did it. I hope you all think it went well. So, yes.
I'm just gonna say bye. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Anyways,
Who are we rating?
yes, I forgot last podcast to raid someone, so let's raid someone this time. Yes, for sure.
for shame.
Shame. I don't know. Should we do thoughts on Chris?
Onto your head.
It's probably pretty good. Folks, yes, let's go raid. Grab. Oh God, I spelled it wrong. Rip.
Wow.
Jitter Ted, thanks for hanging out, friend. Appreciate you being here.
How many times you can misspell who you're rating?
Hey, I didn't misspell who I'm raiding. I misspelled the raid message, bro. Oh, I have misspelled too many people though. That's been bad. Oh.
Day drinking, that's what it is.
Hey, I know,
Lightweight.
dude. We're gonna keep riding it out the rest of the day. We're gonna see what happens.
I have to stop drinking because I have to drive for 3 hours now.
that's
You gotta drive? Rip.
Yeah, I gotta go see my kid.
Ah, yes, that's very important. Alias Road to Raid. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, folks. Mods.
Proud.
Appreciate you being here. Catch you all next time. Enjoy the raid.
Yes.
Can we get a
Bye.
full mod salute for the thumbnail? Oh my God.
How do we get
Do
this?
it. Yeah.
Yes. Woo. Saluti, salutis. See you guys next time. Peace.